Hello, John Adelot here, and I want to talk about a mistake that people make on a regular basis. I see it done all the time. I watch videos and I see people do that. And it's real simple. Here's an image shot in Death Valley at Salt Creek area. And looking at the image, most people, the first thing they do is say, oh, the shadows need to be opened up. And they go down here and they grab that shadow, okay? And they're gonna have to bring it up even more with the exposure. But let me show you something here. I'm gonna go up to 3:1, and I already see a white line right here, okay? And I'm gonna actually go ahead and raise the exposure, and that white line even gets worse, okay? It really stands out, especially over here. Okay, so what's happening? Let me go back. I'm gonna hit reset. I'm gonna go back dark again. This raising up the shadows does nothing but take that shadow area and raise it up higher. It does stretch the very blacks. But when it comes to printing, you know, that dark area is going to print bad for you. So there's other ways to work on this image besides that. One of the things about Lightroom Camera Raw both were designed, and all these sliders are put there in order they should be adjusted. So looking here, I can tell you that I need to raise my exposure. Okay, that's 2.3. That's quite a lot. And I can pull down my highlights. Okay, and I can probably raise my exposure up a little bit higher. Okay. Now, you're thinking, oh, I'm burning out my whites. Well, let's take a look at my whites right now. Let's go to the white. I'm not going to do anything with the shadow. Let's look at the white, okay? I'm going to put the Alt key. My whites are barely burned out. There. Let's look at the blacks. The blacks, well, we stretched them up definitely so we could bring them down a little bit, okay? But even more so, let's look for that white line. It's there, but it's hardly visible. It's very, very acceptable for any print you might make. So, we got a good start on this already. And just drop it back down and fit the screen there. And if I was going to process further, I would probably go here and I would pull something kind of semi-small here, following that ridge line down a little bit. Maybe move the whole thing up just a tad, okay? And I deal with my highlights a little bit, make them a little stronger, a little more contrast in them, okay? Yeah, that's starting to look pretty good. Let's see what the highlights do if I raise them up and give it a little more intensity of brightness. Look pretty good right there, just a little, and I can add some clarity up in here. Okay, and saturation, well, I'm going to worry about that in a minute, but I am going to grab the brush and I'm going to push the Alt key to give me the minus brush because I want to take that adjustment out of these hills over here. You know, at the top. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'll do another one, push the new. Another adjustment here. Whoops. I want new. I have to start beside it here. Okay, and I'm going to increase the exposure a little more for the foreground and the contrast up. Okay. Not that much. I do want it kind of dark out there. I want it to look like desert too. So we're just going to go back to our original. And now, right now, I'm going to pull a vibrance and a saturation all the way up. And I see the color blue tremendously. And so I'm going to make an adjustment to my color balance now a little bit. Get a little more color in some of the clouds out there. Okay. And now we're going to put that vibrance back down, put the saturation back down. And I'm going to raise, the way I like to do this, I like to raise my saturation, get things nice and saturated, and then raise the vibrance for just overall what I want. Okay. Now I'm looking at it and I'm still a little too blue. So I'm going to drop the color there. I'm going to back off my saturation and my vibrance a little bit. And we're getting a pretty good looking picture. And if we go in here to 3:1 and look again, still very, very acceptable on the edge. Come back down. You can go ahead and finish this. I'd probably make a crop, taking the top part of the clouds, leaving the godlight down here and stuff. But you could see by using exposure, raising it up and pulling highlights down, I avoided the white line. Also, this will print quite well because I have contrast, because I stretched my blacks down there, and that's why your blacks don't print well. They don't have enough contrast. I find that if I have a print that prints dark, I go in and just kind of give a little more elevation to that curve, a little, feel a bit of more of an angle going up in that region, and then they print fine. So anyway, for now, have fun processing and get out there and do some shooting. Enjoy. Bye-bye.